Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long boy clothes, 1975. Using words on the rise. Reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends used to bug. Long boys clothes, 1975.
YouTube, Long Boys Post 1975, and welcome to the Wednesday vlog. Doing one in the afternoon, well, the evening it is now, mainly because, well, I thought it would cool off by now, but dear God, it's so hot and it's so humid, and I'm fed up of it, to be perfectly honest. Like, it's September, I don't want any of this Indian summer bollocks, yeah? I just want winter to come rolling on in. You know, just be cold and wet. See, it's difficult to hate the rain when you live on a hill. Anyway, ignoring all of that, you've read the title. Now, this is something I have talked about before, although that was probably about 4 years ago. So, you know, it is relevant for me to talk about it again, particularly since there was a post, you know, last week and I talked about it. And it's funny, in the 4 years that I've talked about this before, it seems that these factions still exist, and they still, I don't know, have to point out the superiority of said systems against each other. And that's right, I've said each other because there are benefits to both things. But yeah, PC or console, my thoughts, what are you and what are yours? Now, I'm a console gamer. Once upon a time I was a PC gamer. It was after being a console gamer, and it was when my mate just first started building PCs. To me then, the preserver of the PC, we're talking like, you know, early to mid 90s, was like your business bloke, and they were super expensive. But then, you know, 3D effects cards started coming out and stuff like that, and you know, people started building them themselves, and they got, you know, cheap. And so he built me my first PC, and I absolutely loved it and adored it and used it probably for, you know, religiously, as well as using my PlayStation 1 for 18 months, and then I stopped using it. And the reason I stopped using it was it became out of date. And kind of the love affair with PC, that was, I mean, that was almost why, even then, I've always been, you know, in the console camp, which is, well, I could spend money on it and get it updated to run these games, or I could play, you know, more limited or restricted versions of these games on my PlayStation, which has still got years of life in it for me. And that's why I've always been a console gamer. It's not that I'm massively cheap or anything, but even if I was loaded, I couldn't bring myself to buy a machine. Yeah, it would be a fucking sports car compared to a console. It will be absolutely fantastic. It will look drop dead gorgeous, you know, and defend the earth from fucking aliens and the Loiger and shit. But I just could not spend money on something that would appreciate that fast or require. And yeah, right, you know, like, there's no right or wrong answer here. I don't want people arguing stuff like that. I don't want people jumping in and going, well, ha, that's where you're wrong. Well, maybe I am wrong. I'm not a PC gamer. These are just my thoughts. But yeah, that's why I could not spend the money on something that would appreciate that quickly. It's part and part of this, my personality to some degree. Just bought my new car. My new car is a 53 plate. Why? I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a car I love and adore, but I simply could not ever, and even if I was loaded, buy a brand new car to watch fucking 5 grand of it just piss out the window in the first year. You know, it's about maximisation for your buck, and you get more bang per buck with a console, you know, like same with my car analogy. Sure, it's not going to do all these things. It's going to, you know, look creaky compared to PC games. But the point is, for your initial outlay of money, it's going to have a far longer lifespan. And even towards the end of it, it will still pump out shit that looks nice as they find brilliant ways to maximise the hardware. When people come along and say, that looks shit, this is what it looks like on mine and this is how it runs on mine, that's all well and good, but you're looking for that, aren't you? And you can probably see the differences because you've got a shining all shiny or dancing PC. I haven't. And also, I don't, you know, there's a difference between a game that doesn't look as good as its counterparts on superior hardware than a game that's just out and out shit and poorly programmed. Like I said, if you're rinsing the hardware for everything you can, sure, compared to a PC, you know, people could look at it and just go, that shit, that frame rate's bollocks, look at that jaggy. Whereas I would look at it and just go, my God, look how good this looks on a 360. Look how good this looks for a game on a 10-year-old console. So, you know, what you buy, to some degree, is also, you know, how what you get from it is what you. It's a cliche, but not so much what you put into it, but how you pick it apart, I guess. If you're going to look, you'll find warts on everything. If you're just there for the game and understand the limitations of the system, but know that it ticked all the boxes for you because you only had, you know, 300 quid to spend on a system, and you wanted a system that it wasn't going to involve maintenance and go on for years and years and years and years and years, well then you're not going to see it through the eyes of someone who's being overly critical. Now again, I'm not having a pop at PC owners, because I don't want it to sound like that it is, and I'm not. We are all in our camps to some degrees. Hopefully I've explained why I'm a console gamer, because it's about, you know, economy to some degree. It's about, you're getting the same gaming experience, albeit, you know, you're not as shiny, at a fraction of the cost, and you're getting a far longer lifespan. I mean, it's the other thing you could say to some degree, someone who's a retro gamer, what have you got with your Xbox 360 in another 10 years? Like it's 2 decades old. You got at that point something that's probably going to be reasonably, well, if it didn't sell in such high numbers, but you know what I mean, it's now become, to some degree, a retro-ish system. What have you got from a current spec fucking Ninja PC right now, yeah, in 10 years? You've got a PC that needs some serious surgery or cardiac arrest, you know, cardiac surgery to get its guns going again, because it won't run anything. See, that's what I mean. Like, even after its lifespan is over on a console, at some point it will come full circle and it will start to mean something again. And you don't get that with a PC. And again, that's not me having a pop, that's just my thoughts. I like the fact that, you know, you play on a console and at some point it will be, you know, attractive to future generations, people who never got to experience it the first time, unless you go right back to really sort of early archaic PCs, and you know, like the early Apple machines. I don't think like current spec stuff in 10, 20 years, you know, 25 years is going to have any sort of niche collection value. So like I said, I got no problem with it. I do think that I'm completely happy as a console gamer. I'm saying, just to say, get this out there, telling people why I'm a console gamer and not a PC gamer, but that's it. These are my thoughts. I'm done and dusted. I won't, you know, make a point of, maybe because I'm on a machine that doesn't look as good, but I won't make a point of every time seeing someone do a gameplay on a PC going, oh, I'm a console gamer, just so you know, I'm a console gamer, just so you know. You know, like, I guess this, to some degree, this is social media and everything, and particularly in the gaming community, and particularly in hobby industries, that people really do, for some reason, seem to have to vehemently defend the camp they're in, or you know, or their religion or allegiance, I should say, which is, and this, I've said this before on a different topic, which is kind of stupid, because you think these companies give a shit at the end of the day that you're defending them. No, they just want your cold hard cash. But yeah, like I said, it seems to be funny that there are, more so than anything else, like forget, you know, Nintendo versus Sega and Playground Wars and stuff like that, it seems that the modern equivalent of that really isn't going anywhere, is PC gamer versus console gamer. So maybe I haven't given a, you know, a particularly deep engrossing argument for why I'm a console gamer, and basically I will always be a console gamer, but that's it. You know, it's about what you get for your money, it's about the value you get, you know, and that includes its lifespan, as opposed to, I could not drop that much money onto something just to watch me immediately lose it. Sure, consoles depreciate, but they don't depreciate as quickly or become underpowered as quickly as gaming PCs. So yeah, you know, that's it. It suits my, another thing is, it suits my needs. It gets the job done. I'm perfectly happy with it. I guess, you know, if you're not overly sort of critical of things, then that will also help. So I guess there's a personality thing in it. But yeah, hopefully this made sense. But I'd love to know what you are. Please tell me, right, why you are either a PC gamer or a console gamer. You know, I'd love to know why, because once again, it's interesting to hear everyone's reasons. But you know, play nice. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.